rapid access to comprehensive oncology data and survival analysis. This is the OncoToolkit.
Look, we get it. We know you're incredibly busy. Every minute counts. Your time is it's beyond valuable. And here's the core promise. It's really simple, but it's a game changer. We're talking about transforming hours of mind-numbing calculations and complex research into just a few minutes of focused, high-impact work. All right, so let's jump right in. First things first, in any workflow, you've got to find what you need, right? And you need to find it fast. Here's how the platform solves that problem. So you've basically got two paths to get what you need, and it all depends on what you're trying to do. On one hand, you have global search. This is all about speed. You know exactly what you're looking for, say a specific score for renal cell carcinoma. You just type it in and you're there. On the other hand, you have specialty browsing, which is for discovery. This is when you want to see all the tools available for, say, GI oncology. And this is what that browsing feature looks like in action. It's designed to be super intuitive. Each specialty, from hematology to thoracic, gets its own color-coded card. It makes navigating visually just effortless. You can see the whole landscape of tools for any area at a glance. Okay, so you can find your tools in a flash. But now, let's get to what I think is the single biggest time saver on the entire platform, the master calculator panels. This whole idea is a total game changer for your workflow. Seriously, forget opening a dozen tabs or re-entering the same patient data over and over again. Master panels pull together a bunch of related scores into one single input form. So let's see how this actually works in the real world. A perfect example is the liver and HCC master panel. On the left, you just plug in the patient's labs one time, and boom, on the right, you get this whole panel of results simultaneously. Child-Pugh, LB grade, BCLC stage, MELD-NA, you get the picture. It's a complete workup in one click. But let's be real, speed means nothing if you can't trust the results, right? For any tool to actually be used in the clinic, it has to be completely transparent and based on solid evidence. And this is the question every single data-driven clinician is going to ask. You have to know where these numbers come from. Is this thing just a black box? Well, the answer is a hard no. Transparency is baked right into the design. See, on any result, you just click Show Logic, and everything just opens up. You can see the exact formulas, which patient data points were used. You get the whole logic trace. All the math is right there for you to see. And it doesn't stop there. Your result isn't just some number floating in space. It's instantly plotted on a full reference data table. You can see it right there as that orange dot. This gives you immediate context, showing you exactly where your patient fits within the original evidence base. Okay, so it's obviously a powerhouse for one-on-one patient decisions, but what about when you want to zoom out and look at the bigger picture? This is where we shift gears from the clinic to actually building a solid research database. And the workflow for this is just seamless. You save a result, give it a patient ID, and that saves a complete snapshot of everything. Then you can manage all those records in your notebook. And whenever you're ready, boom, one click, and you've got a research-grade CSV file. And managing your data for a whole cohort is just as easy. It doesn't matter if you're building a small case series or a huge retrospective study, you can just batch select records and either export them for analysis or, do some cleanup. Now, this part is absolutely critical. The CSV you get isn't just some messy data dump. It is perfectly structured for analysis. The platform has this smart flattening algorithm, which means you get one clean row per patient. Every single input, every calculated score, it all gets its own column. This literally saves you hours of data wrangling. It's ready to go for R, SPSS, whatever you use. All right, now for the grand finale. This is maybe the most powerful part of the whole workflow, turning all that raw data into insights that are ready for publication using automated survival analysis. And I know, survival analysis can sound pretty intimidating, but the entire complex process has been broken down into a really clear two-step process. That's it. Prepare your data, run the analysis. So step one is all about making sure your data is solid. The CSV polisher cleans everything up for you. It handles annoying stuff like missing values. It makes sure your categories are formatted correctly. Then step two is where the magic happens. The automated engine takes that clean data and does the heavy lifting. Let's just dig into step one for a second, the CSV polisher. Anyone who's done research knows that statistical models are, well, they're picky about data formats. This tool takes care of all that for you. It's designed to solve those common data headaches and save you from hours of manual work. And then you get to the analysis engine itself. Once your CSV is polished, you just upload it, and the tool literally walks you through a step-by-step process. You'll set up your variables, run the models. It's all right there in one place. And what you get at the end is absolutely everything you need for a paper or presentation. We're talking chi-square tests, univariate and multivariate models, beautiful high-res Kaplan-Meier plots, log-rank p-values, even subgroup analysis, the whole shebang. And it's all packaged up for you in a single zip file. So when you put it all together, the entire workflow is built on these 3 key ideas. It's got to be fast for the clinic, transparent so you can trust it, and powerful enough for serious research. At the end of the day, this is all about getting you away from the tedious stuff, the data entry, the number crunching, so you can focus on what actually matters, your patients and your research. So I guess the only question is, are you ready to stop calculating and start deciding?